Hey, everybody, this is Chris Miles here, anti-financial advisor. Hey, guys, I want to bring up something really quickly about that goes along with the podcast I just did about the 401k match. And I'm going to talk to you about how the match is stupid. Because I showed the 401k match, how it affects somebody trying to save for 40 years, right? But what if somebody's getting closer and closer to retirement? So, for example, I just talked to a guy here. He's 46 years old, right? 46, and he's got 13 years before he can even touch his 401k. He's been putting in 6% or 6,000 a year. Makes 100 grand a year putting in 6%. So 6,000 a year is what he's putting in. He's getting a 4% match, which is another 4,000 a year, right? Now I tried to show him, I said, well, listen, if you didn't have the match, and he has 450,000 between his 401k and IRAs and whatnot. I said, okay, well, you have about $1,080,000. Now I told him, I was like, well, if you really think it's truly a 67% return, right? 2/3, because 66.666. I said, well, if that's really the case, that's not going to quite add up. 6% return on the market net of fees, especially with a 401k, 6% is a pretty aggressive number. I would think for sure. But say he makes 73% after 13 years. I guarantee he's not going to have over $500 million, right? So it's not a 67% return. Well, what is that return? So what we have to figure out is, all right, well, let's add the true number. So the true number is he's getting 4,000 a year on top of his 6,000. That's 10,000 a year, right? Watch what happens to this number. It goes from 1 million, almost 1,080,000 to 1,160,000. So he gained almost exactly $80,000 with that extra 4,000 or the 14 years. So most of it was just the money they added. A little bit was principal. So what kind of return would he be getting to get to that point? Well, let's go back to 6,000. That's all he's putting in. They're putting in the quote unquote free money, right? As everybody calls it. Watch this. We even just put in 6.6%, 1,158,000, almost to the dollar. So here's the thing, guys, is that his 67% match, right? That 2/3 match is only adding really a 0.6 return on his numbers. That's it. Just 0.6% a year over those 13 years. 0.6. Guys, that doesn't even pay for the taxes. Let's be honest, right? That's only adding an extra 10% on a difference on that interest rate. And again, only added another $80,000 from what he was already doing. Now, the alternative, right? And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about infinite banking. The alternative was, what if we use infinite banking instead and used it to go buy real estate, which he's already started to do. He just bought his first couple of investment properties, and now he's trying to get that money growing for him. Well, if we just did that instead, let's just say he ended up earning on the same money that he's trying to use, even the IRA money. Let's just say he earned 10%. By the way, 10% is not hard to do. There's so many investment opportunities paying at least 10% a year. In fact, just to be a jerk to my own numbers, I'm going to say 8%, right? Just to do that, 8% changes this number completely. Now, you might say, okay, yay, Chris, you added $200,000. Well, first off, don't make fun of $200,000. That's $200,000 you didn't have in just 13 years. But here's the difference. Even if you're earning 8%, if you're earning 8% off that 1.363 million, now you're earning over $100,000 a year, right? Because it's cash flowing you money. That's the key, is that what kind of income does it produce? If that's paying you income, maybe 2% per quarter, and it pays you contractually 8%, well, congratulations, you just made over 100,000 a year. Remember that 1.1 million, if you should only pull out 3% from mutual funds, you don't want to pull out too much because of inflation and everything else. You try to pull out only 3%, that's only 35,000 a year before you get taxed. Here we're talking about getting triple the income, and maybe you have some tax advantages depending on if it's in different types of investments like real estate where you can take depreciation. By the way, if it is 10%, which is usually a minimum standard what I look for investment, 1.7 million. And again, if I make 10% and that cash was coming in at 10% a year on 1.7, that's $171,000 per year. Again, that can have great tax advantages versus 35,000 before tax, right? With the mutual funds. So when someone says, Chris, like, yeah, but that 401k, it's free money, that match, it's so good. So what? That's just trapping you. It's putting golden handcuffs on you. One, you have to wait till you're 59 and a half. What if you could retire sooner? What if you could get out of the rat race much more quickly? By the way, his goal was 12,000 a month, about 140,000 a year. I said, if you earn 10%, we could do this in less than 13 years, maybe even 10 years. We can be able to hit your goal, and voila, now you're able to be job optional, work optional. You can work because you want to, not because you have to, because you've got more than enough money to pay your bills and then some. And so that's the difference, guys, is that if you can get your money away from the 401k trap, right? That 401k prison, get your money in something else where we can run it through life insurance and then back out to do real estate investing. You guys can actually become financially independent and retire much faster going outside of the gambling in the stock market than you can doing it inside. That's the key, is looking outside in those alternative spaces. By the way, just so you know, life insurance by itself will not get you financially free. It cannot do it. Anything a financial advisor offers you as an investment, as any kind of investment or vehicle, will not get you to financial freedom by itself. You need other investments to do that. So I wanted to show that to you guys because there's a drastic difference in your life, and it can even be as soon as 13 years. So anyways, guys, I hope this was valuable for you. And again, that 401k match, don't buy into all the hoopla. It's not real. It's not that cool. Go and make it a great day, guys.